The current state of society. What could be a major event that tips the scales where people will no longer listen to the lies of the leaders? Will politics fall apart as a whole? Will there ever come a day when lies in public office is treated as criminally as murder? The people in control do not have your intentions as a society as their forefront. Why are they in public office? Will society ever hold these people accountable? Using historical evidence as a basis for determination, can you extrapolate this? Let's find out what he thinks. Because I'm like, at this point, it's never going to happen. Like, it's going to be World War III before that shit happens. I had to grind some more quad, though. I'm pretty sure this bag is done, though. I had to get out the other one. Dumb. I don't think I grabbed it out of my bag. Oh, brand new fresh weed, guys. Ooh, smaller? Shut the fuck up, Smokey. Are you ready to play PoE yet, bro? I'd love to go to a dispensary. Hell yeah. Canada OP for that shit. That's all legal and great and good. And super fucking cheap. I used to pay like 200 bucks for an ounce. I pay like $90 for an ounce. It's insane. Crash, would you say? I don't know, Smokey. Fuck if I know. I was talking about how great it is to go to dispensaries and how I used to pay $200, but now I only pay $90 for an ounce. Only thing is, weed used to be delivered to me by my best friend, and now I have to go get weed, so, like, there is that, but, you know. It is what it is. Fuck you, Smokey. You better be ready to play PoE soon. holding you to that, Smokey. Well, it is what it is, Smokey. Well, you fucked me up, Smokey. Woof. You're just a wall summoner. The fuck does that mean? Wall summoner. What the fuck is a wall summoner? A wall summoner. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Historical parallels to Lost in Trust crashed again. Nice. Historical parallels to loss of trust in leadership. Throughout history, here, I'll just make this bigger. Throughout history, societies have reached tipping points where widespread deception, corruption, or perceived betrayal by leaders eroded public trust, leading to significant upheaval. These events often involved a combination of economic hardship, exposed lies, and systematic failures that made the status quo untenable. For instance, the Watergate scandal of the 1970s exposed President Richard Nixon's involvement in a cover-up, resulting in his resignation and the profound decline in American faith in government institutions. This didn't dismantle politics entirely, but spurred reforms like the Ethics in Government Act. Similarly, the French Revolution 1789-1799 was fueled by the monarchy's fiscal mismanagement, food shortages. Well, okay, you're on the site that crashes more, Smokey. Welcome, welcome. Food shortages and perceived indifference to the populace's suffering, culminating in the execution of King Louis XVI and the establishment of a republic. More recently, the Arab Spring uprising, starting in 2010, beginning with Tunisia's revolution after Mohammed Bouaziz's self-immolation in protest of police corruption and economic despair, toppled long-standing regimes across North Africa and the Middle East. These examples show that revolutions or major shifts often stem from corruption and deception, with the successful ones correlating to pre-existing high levels of graft that alienate the masses. Why don't you try getting some gear while you wait? Makes sense. Well, because I want to write. I'll probably play like a bit later, but, you know, I do need to write more of that short story. Other notable cases include the Iranian Revolution of 1979, driven by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi's authoritarian rule, economic inequality, and Western-backed deception, leading to the establishment of the Islamic Republic. The Velvet Revolution in Czechoslovakia, 1989, where peaceful protests against communist lies and representation ended one-party rule. And the Haitian Revolution, 1791-1804, the only successful slave revolt, sparked by colonial exploitation and broken promises of equality. In each, a tipping event, like a scandal, economic crisis, or act of brutality, ignited latent discontent, extrapolating to today with global trust in governments at historical lows. Only about 1 in 10 Americans trust their government as of 2025. Similar dynamics could play out amid ongoing issues like economic volatility, misinformation, and polarized media. Potential major events that could tip the scales. Based on historical patterns, a major event that could shatter public tolerance for leaders' lies might involve a confluence of crises, amplified existing grievances, Possible triggers include economic collapse or hyperinflation. History shows economic distress as a common catalyst as of revolutions of 1848 across Europe, where food shortages and unemployment fueled demands for reform. 2025 predictions highlight economic angst, with majorities expecting difficulties and increasing power for adversaries like China and Russia. Stock market crash or bank run could mirror the 2008 financial crisis, but escalate if tied to exposed government bailouts featuring elites, leading to mass protests or quiet withdrawal for legit. Wait, Smokey, you actually subscribed? Congratulations, bro. Do you now have? We hit a goal. Congratulations. Are you now a founder, Smokey? They hit me with a truck. Oh, doesn't look like it. Looked like someone claimed it before you did. It looks like that random guy who came in and subbed yesterday stole it from you, Smokey. I told you to sub and you didn't sub, and now you don't get the first. Whereas that random guy who I don't even know his name. That's so unfortunate, Smokey. You would have forever had the founder's badge, but now some rando retard on the internet has it. All because you didn't listen to me. Ah, man, doesn't it suck? If only. I don't know. I really don't care. I'm just fucking with you. I care, Smokey. I wanted you to have it. I didn't want some random retard to have it. If I could give it to you, I would give it to you. But I don't know how to. I want you to have it. But then again, aren't you on the pillars? Aren't you on the pillars? No, I never included you, Smokey. You can replace Valium Boy as one of the pillars of the community. It is what it is, bruh. It is what it is. Thanks, Jeans, a lot. It's okay, you don't get ads anymore, bro. At least you don't get ads, right? It is what it is. A stock market crash or bank run could mirror the 2008 financial crisis, but escalate if tied to exposed government bailouts, favoring elites, lead to mass protests or quiet withdrawal for legitimacy, where people simply stop complying with authorities. Major scandal or cover-up exposure. Events like Watergate demonstrate how revealed deception can erode institutions. Today, a high-profile leak such as undeniable evidence of widespread election fraud, elite government exploitation, Epstein-level scandals, or mishandled pandemics could trigger impeachment, resignations, and a general collapse in trust in agencies like the DOJ or FBI. Chatter in 2025 suggests risks of fraud in elections and another pandemic as opening salvos for unrest. Health or environment catastrophe. COVID-19 era already strained trust. A new pandemic, example the H5N1 avian flu with perceived government incompetence or cover-ups, could echo the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests in China, where economic reforms clashed with demands for transparency. Smokey, true brother, nice color. Global excess deaths linked to policies have fueled demands for accountability, potentially leading to upheaval if tied to undisclosed government actions. Geopolitical conflict or internal division. Polarization True, Smokey. Polarization at all-time highs could spark civil unrest, as warned in predictions of all-out civil war in the U.S. due to fraud or violence against officials. This mirrors the Poznan protests in 1956, Poland, or the Hungarian uprising, where government deception met violent suppression, but ultimately weakened regimes. Never being true like this. Indeed, Smokey, I believe it. These events wouldn't necessarily require violence. History shows non-violent movements like the Singing Revolution 1987-1991 in the Baltic succeeded through mass defiance against Soviet lies. Will politics fall apart as a whole? Extrapolating from history, politics is a system. What the fuck even is this? This is my commentary on political revolution. Will politics fall apart as a whole? Extrapolating from history, politics is a system. As a system, is resilient and unlikely to fall apart entirely. It's more prone to transformation or reform. The fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 dismantled communism across Eastern Europe without erasing governance. Instead, new systems emerged. The emote, you donut? Oh, it's a picture of 21 and 24. From the Venture Brothers. Why not 14? That would be funny if there was a duo where one of them was 14 and the other one was 88. That's some hardcore dog whistling right there, Smokey. We need more history lessons from you. Okay, Smokey, is the chime from the chat quieter on your end? Because I can barely hear it on my end, and I think I fucked with some volume settings, and I don't know what settings I fucked with, but I can't really hear it anymore. But I don't know what I could have done with it. Because I increased the speakers for Discord, and then I lowered them back down. And when I lowered them down, it lowered the average for everything else. You hardly read chat anyway. The actual only one thing that I fucking do? Fuck you, Smokey. I said do.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, I said do. In 2025, forecasts, while political conflict and economic volatility dominate, there's no consensus on total collapse. Instead, we might see decentralization, Trump's push to shift responsibilities to states, or
Well, I could have bought a mystery box on Poe. Instead, I wasted it on you.
Yeah, I don't know why you did. You could have got a mystery box. Dude, you could have gotten a mystery box. Why didn't you go for the mystery box? You're fucking retarded, Smokey. Mystery box? OP. Subscription to skip ads when you don't even use the platform? I don't know what to do about you, Smokey. Wasn't my money. I mean, it's my money, but it's my money now, right? It wasn't my money, but it is my money now. So thanks for taking the money from your bank account and putting it in my bank account. Of course it wasn't, Smokey. Found a card the other day. Oh my god. I love it. Trump pushed to shift responsibilities to states, or authoritarian consolidation, as in failed revolutions where new elites replace old ones without systematic change. Polarization and eroded trust could lead to government paralysis or unrest, but institutions often adapt, as post-Watergate reforms did. Will lies in political office be treated as criminally as murder? Unlikely in the foreseeable future, based on historical trends. While perjury and fraud are criminalized, Nixon's aides face charges. Equating political lies to murder would require redefining free speech and intent, clashing with protections like those of the USA First Amendment. History shows accountability varies. Roman emperors faced assassination for tyranny, but modern democracies prioritize elections over severe penalties. Shut up, Smokey. Fuck you. I do what I want, okay? Even in high corruption eras, like the Gilded Ages in the U.S., reforms focused on transparency, direct primaries, rather than murder-level prosecutions. Current grievances toward governments are high, but extrapolating lies might face stiffer civil penalties or impeachment, not homicide equivalents. Why are self-interested leaders in office? Power structures often reward ambition over altruism. Historically, leaders like those in the Byzantine Empire of the 19th century Europe rose through patronage, wealth, or manipulation, not pure societal intent.
What else to say in a minute or so? Many people have a link on it, and they will have a lovely time, and we will see what they are up for in your time, and I hope to hear you smile.
If you have a link, post a link, Smokey. Are you gonna post a link? True. True, Smokey. In modern democracies, campaign finance, lobbying, and media enable self-interested actors to gain power. As the dominance of the wealthy and authoritarian figures erodes trust, they enter office for personal gain, influence, or ideology, exploiting systems where corrupt actors reinforce false equivalencies. Society tolerates this until crises force change, as in rebellions where the government and landowning aristocrat suspended dissent, but eventually yielded.
I only do
You
this
give me,
weird
bruh.
shit because you are boring me.
Well, yeah, you're boring me, Smokey. That's the only reason I do this shit, is because you're boring me. Make me entertained and I wouldn't have to do this boring shit. Will society ever hold these people accountable? Yes, but sporadically and unevenly, per historical evidence. Accountability has occurred through revolutions, exceptions in French, executions in French, impeachments, Watergate fallout, or elections, post-scandal shifts. In 2025, with high levels of grievance towards elites and risks like mass protests.
Suck yo mom from the back garden, then slide.
Slide what? Where, Smokey? Huh? I'm interested. And risks like mass protests or civil disobedience. Society could demand more via digital activism or global movements. However, many revolutions fail to sustain change. The entrenched power often rebuilds. True accountability requires sustained public engagement beyond crisis, as seen in successful civil disobedience like India's independence movement. Slide weens, wee! All we you, Smokey. Alright guys, so we made it through that. You know what that means.